Say it's alright.
Get the music off of there. Please.
Say it's alright.
Thank you.
Sorry, I pulled up the website and that music came on.
Hello.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Center this. Perfect.
Ooh. Greetings, 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 everyone. Come into the room. Come into the room.
Make sure this is correct. Right. Just adjust my seat. This is your girl, Queen Muhammad. And we're just waiting for more people to get into the room. And you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, absolutely. Greetings, everyone. I am Rashia Lynn Harmon L., also known by the corrupt Philadelphia, Pennsylvania as Rebecca. That's right.
Okay.
Rebecca.
We are here in support of Rich Long. I am the CEO and founder of Mad Pop Records. My name is Queen Muhammad. Hi, hello, Queens. Yes, how are you?
Yes.
We're okay. We're hanging in there.
Yes, greetings, welcome. Welcome.
Thank
yes,
you.
Come on in. Yes, come on in. We have an interesting topic to discuss this evening, and there may even be some lessons. some free lessons. And
I went live yesterday, and a lot of people were asking a lot of legal questions. And Rashia, she's not here to give any legal advice of any kind.
That's the disclaimer. This is not legal advice. We are merely going to be reviewing some legal terminology, and I'm going to be using a legal dictionary to clarify some of the questions that many of you had regarding what is happening regarding Rich Long's captivity. And there are a lot of questions surrounding the situation, especially since
Houston's in the building.
He's still in captivity. Okay. Yes. Rich would he would love that. He's originally from Texas, and Texas laws, are different.
Yeah.
Different from Philadelphia's laws. Even just in terms of you being able to defend and protect yourself here in this city.
Exactly.
This city is so corrupt that they don't want any of their citizens to have any type of protection so that they can even protect their families against the criminals. In this city, the criminals control, and the criminals are primarily, the individuals who are operating in positions of power. And that is not merely my opinion, but we have numerous articles that have been written about the corruption in the city of Philadelphia.
Wow.
Numerous. I mean, for decades. Okay. And I know as of last, I believe we also mentioned how this is the city that bombed in 1985 indigenous people during an eviction. This is their way of getting you out of the home. They don't care who they have to kill.
I was here, and I was about 5. And how old were you?
At the time, it was about 9. Okay. So I visibly witnessed this situation happening on television.
And we're talking about the move.
Yes, we're talking about the move bombing. If you are unfamiliar with it,
play that audio that you.
Oh yes. I have an audio.
While she's looking for her audio, as I already said before, she has her own show that's coming, and it's want to tell them the name of it?
Yes, it is called Burglary or Birthright. Okay, burglary or birthright. We as Indigenous peoples, despite what the Mr. Smiths have been trying to portray us as in the media, we are indigenous to these lands. We had governments and we were a nation prior to the arrival of the colonizers, yet they, at every chance that they get, they love taking land from us. This has been an ongoing and continuous systemic activity that they have engaged in.
Oh, wasn't that move?
Yes, the move situation was involving, land and property, and during an eviction, because the city of Philadelphia is a feels as though that they are above the law. And not just above the law, but because they are in control of the laws here.
Yes, it is. Good.
This is sad, and yes, it is. Absolutely, it's beyond sad and ridiculous. But
I want you to finish that point that you were making, because and then we're going to go into
Okay, and then we'll play the video that we have here. But the city of Philadelphia, corrupt officials, corrupt judicial system, corrupt attorneys. The entire system is corrupt.
Allegedly.
It is, this is based on my own personal experience, and it is also based upon, the articles. We have numerous investigative reportings of elected officials who have not only engaged in, corrupt behavior, but are notorious for engaging in this type of behavior. And, this has been happening for decades. And you will find, if you just type in corruption in Philadelphia, the number of articles that you will find will be astounding to you. And you will ask yourself, how is this even possible? How is this possible?
See if you can pull up that audio.
So I'll pull up the audio regarding the bombing, the move bombing. And this is something that is recently occurring. It's coming back into the light because there was, after the bombing, what happened was the remains of the children were actually taken by the University of Pennsylvania's museum. Now, mind you, the situation, that wherein I actually met Rich, because as a political prisoner, they arrested me and they held me at the detention center. And that's where Rich and I, where we initially met. And, when he explained to me that he had this platform, he told me that he was going to help me to get the word out regarding what it is that the city of Philadelphia was once again attempting to do to indigenous peoples. Okay. And Rich, with such a big heart that he has, here it is, he himself was in captivity and still trying to help and to assist, because that is who he is and what he does. Okay. So, because that is who he is and what he does, they again came to capture him. And we'll get into that later regarding, this alleged warrant that they're saying that existed. But we're going to talk about what is required for a warrant, and why it is we think, that they are still holding Rich. Okay?
Yes. We're doing everything we can possibly do. It's a whole bunch of just games. So play the audio. Before we get into that, Rashida was talking about the situation with the move, and this is actually going to be a topic that she's going to deep dive into on her first episode of her show, which is going to be right here on Keeping People Real TV. It's called Burglary or Birthright. It's coming every Tuesday, starting in November at 6 p.m. Okay?
All right, so we're going to play the video now. We hope that you can hear.
One of the saddest days in Philadelphia history is right back in the spotlight. It was 1985. Philadelphia police dropped a bomb on a row home, setting off an inferno that killed 11 people and destroyed more than 60 homes in Cobbs Creek. The home that was bombed was the headquarters of the group called MOVE. The bombing came after clashes with police, but the focus tonight is on the remains of some of the children who were killed in that bombing and how it appears they were used in classes to teach Ivy League students. NBC 10's Rosemary Connors tells us about the city's response today and a new demand from MOVE members.
I feel like I am reliving 1985, where they told me
Can you show this?
that my son was dead.
It was one of Philadelphia's darkest days, May 13th, 1985. The MOVE bombing, ordered by the city during an eviction standoff, killed 6 adults in the group and 5 of their children. Today, the original members of the Africa family, mothers of some of those kids, gathered following new reports that decades ago the city gave human remains from the bombing site to Penn Museum.
I see a news article of them saying not only did they kill my children, kill my sisters and brothers, but they have desecrated what they say are their remains, defiled them, and had them hidden away on exhibit as a learning tool for their students.
In a statement, the Penn Museum says, in part, the museum and the University of Pennsylvania apologize to the Africa family and to our community for allowing human remains recovered from the MOVE house to be used for research and teaching and for retaining the remains for far too long. We understand the importance of reuniting the remains with the family, and we are working now to find a respectful, consultative resolution.
That is the most disrespectful, hateful thing to do to anybody, but especially children.
For its part, Penn Museum says it was the medical examiner's office that released the remains to the museum for the purposes of identification. Today, I reached out to the health department. They tell me they only release remains at the direction of next of kin. And so they are now investigating how this happened many years ago. Penn Museum tells NBC 10 the remains were entrusted in the care of Dr. Alan Mann, a Penn and Princeton anthropology professor who has not responded to our request for comment.
There is no demands that they could meet to rectify this situation. Nothing.
Janine and Janet Africa were in prison during the MOVE bombing when their children died. They served 41 years each following a conviction related to a Philadelphia police officer shot and killed during an attempt to evict MOVE in the late 70s. One of their longtime supporters, Mumia Abu Jamal, is serving his own life sentence for an unrelated police killing.
If they want to do anything to show people that they are sincere about resolving this situation with MOVE in the city, let Mumia out. He's still alive.
36 years since the bombing and the fallout still smolders. Remember, those women were in prison when this all happened, so they never got to see their children again, never got to bury them or find out about any remains until now. And there are a lot of unanswered questions in this case. For example, does the retired professor still have the remains? Are there any other remains out there? The city is investigating. Penn says it's hired a law firm to investigate, and
This is a
we're
mess.
working to get to the bottom of this.
This is a mess.
Reporting live,
This
I'm
is
Rosemary
typical
Connors,
of Philadelphia.
Mhm.
This is typical of Philadelphia and the corruption that exists here. When things aren't going the way that the so-called individuals who are referred to as officials, because we're dealing with elected officials, we're dealing with individuals who these people are saying that they, that the public has elected them, has put them in positions of power. Okay, these are public officials. The police officers, the mayor's office, the lawyers, the attorneys in the city, the Pennsylvania Bar Association, because we're talking about Pennsylvania here. So, the corruption within the judicial arena, this involves the so-called courts. Okay, all of these individuals have been colluding with each other and engaging in corruptive behavior. Okay, malfeasance, intentionally violating the rights of individuals, not caring, thumbing their nose at the system, at the laws, at the government, making a mockery of the entire system, and then claiming plausible deniability. They dare you to prove that they have engaged in any type of malfeasance or corruption, and then even if you can prove it, they're, because of the what do you want to call it, the 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 how deeply embedded the corruption is and how many agencies are involved in the corruption. You have one hand that is washing the other, that is always there to make sure that this corrupt system stays in place. So even though we have individuals who the FBI has come in and perhaps, taken down, it's like one or two scales off the snake is not going to destroy that snake. Okay. And it is pervasive. Okay. It is like a plague here in the city of Philadelphia. And as a result, I quit. I had to learn the hard way. I shared with you how, these people tried to kill me in 2015 and then make mockery over how I had announced that the landlord and the attorneys or whomever was involved had tried to do this. Why? Because they alleged that I just did not want to pay my rent. It didn't have anything to do with me not wanting to pay my rent. Okay? It had to do with the fact that the place that I was renting, okay, had several violations. And they, despite these violations, wanted me to pay. In the city of Philadelphia, the law is that landlords are supposed to be licensed. Okay? I was just doing my job as an attorney. She was not licensed, so therefore she was not entitled to receive any rents. In addition to the fact that that condo was not inhabitable. I don't care. But because, you have these expectations, or you don't deem indigenous people to be humans, Philadelphia, to the point where you just drop bombs on them because you want them off of land that they are saying that they have a right to be on.
Let's tie that into Rich's warrant. We're going to segue into the topic today because we're about 20 minutes in, and I want to talk about Rich. I'm just going to say something, and we're going to take advantage of Rashia being here, Sister Rashia being here, because she is knowledgeable in law. She has
not only was I practicing attorney, but I was also a professor, okay? And a teacher, okay? A teacher of law and a professor of law, and I was also an attorney. And at this juncture, I do advocate on behalf of indigenous peoples for the nation, the Wali Yamasee Nation, okay? But we do not discriminate against any indigenous individual regardless of what nation they are part of. As long as they know they are indigenous, we assist them.
And we thank you. We thank you. Rich thanks you. And he wants to continue nation building with you and the nation once he's released.
Yes.
But I'm just going to let you know about the incident. Everybody knows what happened to Rich. You can go back. I'm not going to continue to repeat it because, at this time we need you guys to really, really, really keep Rich in prayer. If you can, we do need you to donate. As the longer he's in there, it's expensive. And he needs things, and the way he's been treated, they're not giving it to him. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to, like I said, I've known him since April. I've given up my time immensely and my funds she's known him since last week. She's given up her time and her funds. You know what I'm saying? So you people are his followers, you people that the people that he connects with. You know, we're not subscribers. You know what I'm saying? You guys are his subscribers. You guys are the ones that benefit the most from him being out, because he is a YouTuber, he's a blogger. So that's the only reason why we're here. He's entrusted us to continue to this is all stuff that we discussed beforehand before he got locked up. The second time we discussed everything that we're doing now, of all of this. So that's the only thing that we're doing, is just trying to get. Oh goodness.
Yes.
I of course we're going to explain, but you can just go to this channel. Um this is not the live for that, and I'd have to keep it because we don't want to stay on too long. And we want to stay on topic today. You have to take the time to just go back. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks worth of videos of everything that's going on. It's we feel, and Rich feels as well. And I don't know the language, so I'm going to allow her to do that. But I just wanted to say really quickly, just to give you guys an update. I know what is it? Oh goodness, I can't see. Aries Money, saying praying for Rich. Miss hearing him say, "It's your boy, Rich Long." Yes. We all do. And you know, it's just he has so much support. It's not even funny. So much, but it's not us. It's, you know, the game playing that she's going to deep dive into, from not giving legal advice, but from a legal standpoint of what she feels is going on with this situation. I talking to him today in the morning time, very much upbeat or whatever. Midday, not so much. Not in a bad way, but it just, of course, someone said in the comments last time, being in that situation, it does wear on you. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you're innocent.
Yes.
That's the thing. You know, when you're innocent and you feel like your freedom has been snatched from you, it's just the worst feeling in the world. And that's what he's feeling right now. I mean, he's literally done no crime. So, I mean, other than, you know, this gang up that these people are doing, he has literally done nothing but been a victim of these people just harassing to no end. And he's the victim. You even heard it in the video where the cop came up and said, "That's the victim." So we've been saying this since the day this has started, that we're the victim. So it's not like it's something that's turned around from the time that he got arrested the first time when this all started. We've been saying that we're the victims. So he's the victim. So I don't understand, you know, how it got flipped around to where, I mean, we do understand where the vitriol is coming from. We know exactly where it's coming from. And the reason why we know is that just because she's going to explain why, that if anybody doesn't know, from her experience and her viewpoint, the underlining racist things that she feels like is going on, and different aspects of what do you think was in the warrant. That is the main thing. If you have been listening, if you have been watching the last videos or whatever, we kind of went into all of that. Every scenario, but we also went in the video in a live that's titled The Missing Piece, because we didn't know what was the missing piece of the puzzle. And what it was that person had went to the police when they were the actual attacker that night. And and basically what Rich believes attempted to just set him up from that point on. So again, the person who actually committed the initial crime should be locked up, but Rich feels like they're protected.
As a lot of criminals are in the city of Philadelphia, obviously. This is the city of, they call it a sanctuary city. And, when you live here and you are just, trying to actually do the right thing, what is happening is that they come after you. They target you, and they try to make you out to be the criminal, while there are so many other criminals out here. It's not like crime is a non-issue here to the point where they actually have to create criminals. Okay, there's no need to create a criminal in the city of Philadelphia, because the city is it has a cesspool full of criminals, including the individuals who are allegedly supposed to be enforcing the laws here. Okay, so that is what we are dealing with. We are dealing with a city that creates criminals. Okay, they take innocent people and they label them as being criminals, just like they did indigenous peoples, where they dispossessed them of their land, stripped them of their nationality, and then place other labels on them like Negro, colored, Black, African American. I understand that individuals out there, you have a lot of love, Black power and everything, but just coming from a legal perspective and understanding that legal terms define your status. Okay, how you label yourself will define you. This is why when the situation happened with me and in 2015, in order to discredit me, okay, to discredit anything that I was saying, and to make a mockery of any type of names that I had taken on, and as I was growing in my level of consciousness and awareness, they decided to call me intentionally Rebecca. Okay, this is a part of their game that they play. Okay, it is diabolical, it is wicked, and it is it is disagreeable on every level of humanity. Okay, on every level of humanity. They are here to throw monkey wrenches into what is supposed to be orderly and decent. And because of the monkey wrenches that they have thrown into the system, where they label innocent people, and when I mean by innocent, we're talking about people who have not committed a crime. And so when you ask the question, and we want to remain on topic here, what did he do? Okay, so the real question is, what crime has he committed? Okay, because in order for him to have been arrested, the first thing you need when you're talking about a warrant, when someone is in their home, because you require a warrant to go and arrest somebody. Okay, what is required for that warrant to be issued? Probable cause. Okay, so you need probable cause. And so what is probable cause?
Can that be off of he said, she said?
That is not something that is just taking off of the he say, she say. Even an affidavit that is taken without evidence, there should be some objective investigations prior to the issuance and approval of a warrant. A warrant is a serious matter, because it deprives an individual of their life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness as per the Constitution. Okay, and if your life, liberty, or your pursuit of any type of happiness, which involves your freedom, is impaired, then you are entitled to due process of the law. Due process. Okay, and so a warrant is a very serious, supposed to be legal document, okay, judicial document that has to be signed by a judge. Okay, so if we're talking about the police, and I want to do a little segue here, because when you Google Philadelphia corruption, they actually have law firms that are starting to specialize in Philadelphia corruption. You know, with the police and everything. That's how systemic it is. That's how systemic it is. And they talk about how dangerous the pandemic was and the number of individuals that the pandemic was killing. And I just kind of like wonder, well, like how many people have corruption killed? And we're just going to narrow it down to and just discuss Philadelphia, because this is where we have had our experiences. Okay, I know it exists in other places. If you type in corruption all throughout the United States, or other places will come up. At this juncture, we did mention, I believe.
I don't know. Like I said,
Detroit.
I just came from Lower Merion, and the police officers out there in Montgomery County are wonderful.
She says they're wonderful, and
I've never experienced anything like this.
She's never had the experience of the level of corruption that she is witnessing. Here in the city of Philadelphia.
All this.
This is
I've
very.
Never had door battle rammed in.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yes. So
I'm definitely going to
So I'm going to take the legal definition of probable cause, because we've mentioned probable cause, but maybe Rich's viewers, maybe they do not know what that is. And so I'm going to take this time to actually read what probable cause is. You can see, I think you can see, I'm not making it up. There's a glare, but there's a law dictionary that I have on my phone, and I'm actually going to read verbatim. Okay, this is not my opinion. This is not, I am not the author of the law dictionary. Okay, and so the probable cause is defined as it's by thelaw.com. A, when there are grounds for suspicion that a person has committed a crime or misdemeanor, and public justice and the good of the community require that the matter should be examined, there is said to be a probable cause for making a charge against the accused, however malicious the intention of the accuser may have been. And probable cause will be presumed till the contrary appears. 2, in an action for a malicious prosecution, the plaintiff is bound to show total absence of probable cause, whether the original proceedings were civil or criminal. Okay? So B, it is a level, amount, and quality of information, listen to this, that police must have. In order to obtain a warrant, you must have probable cause. It doesn't say you may have or you should have. Okay? It is a level, amount, of quality of information police must have. Prior, okay, this is where we get into the specifics, because Rich he has been arrested, okay? Allegedly, it is based upon a warrant that was never presented, okay? And, they kicked in the door. So here it is. We have, an invasion of the home, and we have a kidnapping or a snatching or a capturing, okay, of a human. Of a human being.
Yeah,
and that happened, and this individual continues to be held in captivity without due process and without probable cause. Okay, so let me continue. This is just purely just based on the definition, and the majority of laws are based upon definition. Okay. And what we call the definitions are the elements. These are the elements that are required for like for a cause of action to present itself. All right. So probable cause, this is what is needed when someone is saying, oh, we have probable cause for something. All right, so I will continue. So number one, we're going to, prior to making an arrest or executing a search without a warrant, or 3, that a judge must have prior to signing a search warrant authorizing police to search a suspect. So probable cause is required in those circumstances. It is the reasonable level, okay, that the government or those who are holding themselves out to be the government should have prior to invading the privacy of the lives of citizens. Usually described as the facts and events that make it more likely than not that a crime has occurred and connected with what or whom is sought by the police. Okay? So now, many of you have asked that question. What is going on? What happened? What did Rich do? Why is he in jail? Okay, and you know, in the beginning, we didn't really have any answers to those questions because we have not been provided with any information.
No.
The lawyers are not giving us any information because we already know that they are attorneys, and as an attorney, in here in America, the job of the attorney is to turn the defendant or the client over to the courts, the judicial system. And if the judicial system is corrupt in the city of Philadelphia, and you're turning people over to the corrupt system, then what is going to happen? That is the question that we present to you. Okay, so there are questions that you have for us, but you are the viewers of Rich. You support him, okay? Everything that he was doing for this platform is for you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. And I'm just going to stop real quickly and just say, because we're not going to stay on too long tonight. I just wanted to have someone here that can give you a legal standpoint. Again, just to reiterate, everything she's saying is from her own opinion, and from our legal standpoint, it is alleged, but this is from her standpoint that she feels is factual. Okay, and also just to let you guys know that we would like you to continue to donate. Thank you for everybody who has donated. We truly appreciate it. It does. Every penny goes towards helping Rich. Even if we're not meeting goals that you see, trust and believe people are still continuing to donate. A lot of people don't do things through GoFundMe. They just put money directly, Cash App, PayPal. They just do things directly because they know it's a dire need. So do not go to GoFundMe or anything and think that that's people are not donating. They are, but what we need is you guys, because people outside. The point I'm trying to make is he gives most of his time and effort to you guys, and he's not upset at us. He's not feeling let down with us. He knows that what we're doing, and he entrusted us to do it. What is the letdown for him is the people who he's given the most to. And when he needs you, it's a whole bunch of questions and this, and like he's like, this is not the time. But I'm explaining to him everything I'm explaining to you guys. And I said, I've let him know. So he's not upset at us. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. I met him less than a year ago, and I've worked tirelessly. Okay? Rashia, she has met him last week or two, and she has worked tirelessly. Okay? he has spent more time with you guys than he's ever spent with us. Okay, so we need the people who are going to match this energy right now.
Yes.
And that's it. This is a call to action.
This is a call to action.
We need you to share this story.
Yes.
We've gotten into so many our team has gotten this story into so many people's hands. A shout out to So Madame. She started following myself and Rich. We've been inboxing everybody. So if anybody, everybody that you guys suggested, we have reached out to them.
And we thank you for that.
Yes, thank you for your suggestions.
Yes.
Somebody said Lee Merritt. We reached out to him. We reached out to Sean King. We reached out to, of course, Vicky Diller. We reached out. And like I said, it's okay if people don't just jump on to help publicly.
Mm-hmm.
The main point is getting eyes on the story.
Yes.
Okay, that is the main point, is getting eyes on the story, because we already know that by us being a LGBTQ family, that it's not going to get as much support as it could get because of that. So as I said, I can't even get to the Black Lives Matter until I can get past the Trans Lives Matter. You know, so we have a whole lot of barriers, but that's why we're coming to his supporters and his followers and his subscribers first. I mean, not first, because we're doing other things as well, but we're trying to keep you guys and really drive home, because when he gets out, you're gonna want more of his time, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna want more of his. This is what he gives more to you guys than he's ever given to any of us.
That's right.
Okay, that is right. I mean, it's 100% true. So
yes,
it shouldn't be an uphill battle for,
for you guys to support him.
For you guys to support him. You guys should be contacting us, putting stuff together, checking on us. It could be a lot of stuff. Donating, sending in letters. You want him to be
having prayer circles. Just even if you want to, get together and
he needs it.
He needs it. He does. He needs it. And, we all need it, because this is for all of us. I constantly hear, like this whole group thing. And for me personally, like I said, when I established the National Indigenous Law Center, I said that it is for all Indigenous people. I'm not discriminating against you if you are not a part of the same nation that I'm a part of. You're Indigenous. We are a family.
Mm-hmm,
okay,
mm-hmm.
We have to stop. We have to get away from this, separatists and these divisive tactics that have been used by the colonial operatives to keep us divided.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, it's I met Rich. And, I heard his story, and then he asked me, why was I in there? And he knew just from meeting me that I wasn't supposed to be in there. Okay. So, these individuals, is it okay if we get back to?
Oh yeah. Because that's the only thing I wanted to say. I just wanted to have a little time just to break in and just say, he needs you, family. He needs you. He needs your help. He needs your support. And
he really does.
Yeah, he really does.
You don't understand the beast that he is up against. Okay. This is the beast. And they know it's the beast. Like I said, you can just do a little bit of Googling on your own. Do just a little bit of research. You don't even have to, if you don't want to type it, you can say Alexa or Siri, whatever. Give me articles on corruption in Philadelphia, and it'll tally it up for you. So this is the evidence, because I think and I hope that this is perhaps the issue. But what I'm just finding is that we have too many of our people who are just lukewarm. You know, it's like lukewarm or disinterested in what's happening. And people
if
out
it's not
here,
drama, and that's what, you know, that's the most disheartening for him.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? It is. It's like
he put his life on the line, and literally he does when with him having this station because of the information that he talks about.
That's what's so funny. You know, we're on this channel, and this is a channel that he built. You guys get the benefit of it.
Yes, he may be very entertaining, but the information
he does not.
It's real people.
I'm saying
TV.
is he do this for them, and what I'm trying to say is he doesn't even tell me personally, even though we're together, when he's making videos. You know what I'm saying? So you guys will see things before I even see it. So it's not like, oh yeah, we're in cahoots. No, this is really his baby.
Yes.
Okay. You guys are really people that he really values. He doesn't cahoot with any of us for this channel.
Nope.
This is something that he does 100% on his own. And since he knew that things were this shit crazy. Yes.
Yes, it is. It's absolutely
Marco Walker. It is.
It's absolutely insane.
We can't figure it out.
Well, you know, you do enough research, and you know it is.
Hold up this article that she has.
Yes, I don't know if you can see it, but it says here, our bench needs cleaning. This is by the Daily News in Philadelphia. And this is just written in 2018 regarding the judicial corruption. So, you know, there are, you know, when we're not up here just flippantly saying that Philadelphia is corrupt. No, Philadelphia is corrupt through and through. Okay. They need to throw out the baby with the bathwater, the whole thing, and just start all over. Because from its inception, it has been, you know, it has been, you know, just perverted with corruption. And that is why, you know, I keep using I keep talking about the snake with the scales. And how if you just take off some of the scales, the snake is still there. Well, look, if you don't understand that, then, you know, somebody else give me another suggestion that I can use to help to convey to, you know, Rich's viewers what is happening here in the city of Philadelphia.
And let me tell you, just because I'm gonna let her finish off, because then we're not going to be long, and I want to take advantage of her being here. But I just wanted to say, just to finish up, that Rich, he really, really, really values, you know, every one of you. See, he goes to bat for whoever. I don't even know, you know, the names, but you can go back and see in his videos. He has went to bat for, I think, you know, Slow Down or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole bunch of people he has went to bat for, and he doesn't feel like anybody goes to bat for him. You know, we're doing that, but we know him. We actually, you know, you guys are the ones who he puts all of the time into. Now, of course, we see the love coming back, but he wants to finally be looked at as a human being.
Yes.
Not an entity of, oh, entertain me.
Yeah, the
people don't even see. I can't even say. It's people in his life, people that's close to his life, and I know anybody, you know, that has not even called to check on him. The closest people you can think of in his life, okay, has not even called to check on him, okay. Mad Pop Records, myself, and Rashid and Her Nation is all he has. Okay, think of the closest people that you could think to be with a human being. Think of the closest people. They've not even called to, you know what I'm saying? So this is the type of help that he has. No support. In his personal life, we personally know him. You guys and what he built here is, that was personal between you and him. So we shouldn't, outsiders shouldn't have to convince you who he is giving his time to care.
And show that you care.
And show that you care.
Show by showing your support. I mean, we don't know why we don't know why, first of all, they arrested him, but then we don't know why they're holding him. Okay. But this is, once again, this is the custom and the practice of Philadelphia. And while some may say that this is my opinion, it's not opinion when the facts speak for themselves. Okay, you have a history. This is a city in Pennsylvania that has a history of just giving the law their finger, and setting people up. We played the video to you, regarding the move bombing. This is a city that bombs people just because they can, and they got away with it. There were no convictions. No one was arrested or nothing. And
just for an eviction violation.
An eviction, okay?
People had to it went to the extremes.
Yes.
So don't believe that people will not go to the extremes for frivolous things.
And it's not just about people not going to the extremes for frivolous things. It's about, this is about what people really need to recognize and realize. And I understand maybe for some this is a shock, because until I found myself in a very shocking situation, I was like, what is going on also? But I've had a number of years to recognize that, these people are willing to kill you over something that they want. Okay, because they, despite what they say, despite the laws that they, that they project in writing, and etc., they despise us. They despise us because we are the indigenous people, and
Michael
they despise that. They don't really care about us.
Definitely
That's
indigenous.
right.
Oh, so you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. No. But he has.
Can you see the name? Flyer. I can't see it. Flyer man. I guess 7. You don't know what's going on, and this is helping. This is getting his story out there. Now, just because you feeling the fire of the heat that's coming your way of you not helping, don't now turn to us and say we're not doing everything we can do when we're the ones giving you the information.
I see what you're saying is happening here.
Okay, so no, he has everything that he needs on that end.
Yes.
The problem is
the system.
They're holding things up.
Right.
So I explained everything to you yesterday. He had a bail hearing. They're going to let him out on okay. Now, okay. They're going to let him out on house arrest. Okay.
But yet and still.
He wants to pay the bail. He doesn't want to. That's going to be a process. So I wanted Rebecca Rashia here to explain what's the hold up, because people had questions yesterday. You're not understanding what's going on. Keeping People Real TV is going to continue to grow and prosper per the request of Rich Long. As you see, when he was out the first time, he entrusted us to continue things on. So you're going to continue to see us. You're going to continue to see updates. You're going to continue to get new content. That's what's going on here. We're just here giving you updates because you are his base. We know what's going on. we're here for you to let you know what's going on. So if you would like to help, you can. So, and we shouldn't have to over convince you, because again, she just met him 2 weeks ago. I've known him less than a year, and it's people that close to him that haven't even called in to check, and that's where the problem is. And the problem, let me just say this real quick, and then I'm going to because we're only going to stay on for a little while, and then she's going to wrap up with giving us the legal no legal advice, but just giving us her legal opinion and expertise on per her education on what she feels about the subject. Yeah, we're doing everything we can do. So if the judge says that he can be home for house arrest, that's good news. But that takes time. So the question that he has, and that I'm going to ask her, I don't know if we even said it yet, but you can answer that and then go ahead on. The question that he has is that, does he have to go that route? If it's going to take long to set up and everything, and they're not really giving any answers. So that's why I said we're working on it, Flyerman. So he's already past that, but now it's going to take time for that to get set up. Can he pay the bill and skip that and skip the house arrest, or is that the final judgment and he has to wait for that, or can he just pay bail and so what's and while she's explaining that and finishing up, I'm going to go to the charger. Okay.
But the question as presented, okay, because I am not Rich's attorney, and I was also not present at the bail hearing. In order to answer that question, I actually would have to have knowledge of what happened at that bail hearing. Okay. I do not know if his bail, if there was an offer to either pay bail or to be placed on house arrest, or if it's both bail and house arrest upon bail. I do not know the particulars. And so therefore, unfortunately, in this situation, based upon the question as presented to me, I do not have enough facts to actually answer that question. Whatever the conditions of his release were that were agreed upon at the hearing that occurred on Monday, then in order for me to answer that question, whatever that agreement is, my answer to the question would be based upon whatever that agreement is. I hope you can understand that. I am not here to confuse you. However, my answer is I do not have enough facts regarding what happened at the bail hearing in order to properly answer that specific question. Okay. And that's just the truth here. Now, what I will do is, since we are dealing with the courts and judicial officers, I would like to read the oath of office that is required to be taken by the courts and judicial officers under Chapter 221, clerks, attorneys, and other officers of judicial courts. And it reads as follows: Section 38, Oath of Office. Whoever is admitted as an attorney shall in open court take and subscribe the oaths to support the Constitution of the United States and of the Commonwealth. Yes, I'm actually going to mention here that the Commonwealth also has a constitution. Every state has their own constitution, and then there's the federal constitution. Okay, and the reason that I felt that I needed to clarify that is because I actually had a friend who who just didn't know that the Commonwealth had a constitution. Okay. And the following oath of office shall be administered to and subscribed by him. I, and you say your name, you state your name, solemnly swear that I will do no falsehood, nor consent to the doing of any in court. I will not willingly or wittingly promote or sue any false, groundless, or unlawful suit, nor give aid or consent to the same. I will delay no man for lucre or malice, but I will conduct myself in the office of an attorney within the courts according to the best of my knowledge and discretion, and with all good fidelity, as well to the courts as my clients. So help me God. Oh, excuse me, something is tickling my nose. And so, this is an oath of office that is similar to the oath of office that I took when I was sworn in as an attorney to the bar associations. I was also admitted to the Eastern District of Pennsylvania federal courts bar, so that I could go before that court. And so each time I had to take an oath to uphold and to defend the Constitution of the United States. This oath was, again, administered each time that I sat as an arbitrator on behalf of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And so I'm very familiar with the oath of office that attorneys have to take. And you know, I hold that office. I take it very with the oath very dear to my heart, and I take it seriously because it, you know, as an attorney, I am to protect, okay, and defend the Constitution of the United States against foreign and domestic terrorists. Now, if we are dealing with corruption within the American government, which is supposed to follow not just the federal Constitution, but also the Constitution of whatever state or commonwealth in which these municipalities or lower level governments, okay, are operating, then that means that they are violating the Constitution at the federal level and the local level. And so, you know, our bench needs cleaning. I'm going to conclude my presentation, unless, of course, there are additional questions, with our bench reading, the reading of our bench needs cleaning. And this is an opinion, and it's an editorial opinion, okay? Hey, Pennsylvania, it's time to bring order to the courts. How many more disgraces can the courts in the city and state take? Bad enough that 3 Supreme Court justices have left in a cloud of scandal in the last few years, or that Philadelphia's traffic court was so troubled that it had to be abolished. And I was having that conversation, you know, and just informing, you know, our queen here about how traffic court had to be abolished because of the, you know, the insidious corruption that they just had to do away with traffic court in the city of Philadelphia.
It's no, you know, now we see why the show Parking Wars were here.
All of these have added fuel to the argument for selecting judges based on merit, not on skill in getting votes. The latest argument comes from family court in Philadelphia, where defendants say Judge Lears Young won't even let parents explain why they should have custody of their own children. Instead of letting a mother testify why she should keep her child, this judge ordered the mother to be handcuffed and held until all the mother's 5 children could be put into protective custody in September. Earlier this month, an appeals court judge overturned that decision and reunited the mother with her children. It was the latest reversal of an opinion by Young, which caught the attention of the Judicial Conduct Board, according to the Legal Intelligencer. Young won the election to the bench in 2015, despite receiving a not recommended rating from the Philadelphia Bar Association. She was endorsed by, you know, the party that she was affiliated with, which is adept at electing judges in low information and low turnout races. In recent years, voters also elected 3 judges to the Supreme Court who left in disgrace. There were 3 judges. One was convicted in 2013 on charges that she used staff to work on her political campaigns. Then there was another judge who took an early retirement in 2014, and another judge resigned in 2016, both as a result of their distribution of pornographic emails.
Oh, okay. All right. Just I don't want to hear no more of this.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the article up. Okay, it's titled "Our Bench Needs Cleaning."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's from the Daily News.
Yes, it is.
And what year is this?
It is 2018. But again, this is it just gives you just a glimpse of the corruption in the judicial system. We're talking about the courts and individuals who are making decisions regarding the individuals who are coming before them. And so this segues back into what has happened to Rich and the questions.
And for, anyone saying that what we're doing and trying to get his story out there is not helping him. When he actually heard about what we were doing out there from people telling him, they're saying free Rich Long. That's what a nice good Samaritan guard let him know.
Right.
So he knows.
So I mean,
it is effective,
right,
with getting his story out there. As I stated before, Philadelphia, I'm not too familiar with all of the intricate details of every case. I'm not a legal person, so it even when I'm doing things, it's nothing that I would be looking for. So that's why she's here, where she is here to give her educated legal insight on this situation. But me, as far as myself being in entertainment, I just look at things from that standpoint. High profile cases that we've seen: Bill Cosby, Meek Mill. Okay, so we've, even on an entertainment level, that's more of the stuff that I would know about. I see it. I see that people get railroaded in big chunks of time of their life is just whirlwind.
Extrapolated.
Yes, for no reason at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we, in those people, everybody knows. Okay?
Yes.
So imagine someone who not everybody knows. So you have to make sure that the people that you love and care about are getting the same amount of attention. And that's why we're doing this, and that's why we're here, and that's why we're going to continue to come here and let you know, give you updates, because you are his family. You're people that he considers family, and you're people that he has given his time to throughout this entire channel. It's not us. She just met Rich. She didn't know anything about his channel until she just met him.
That's true.
I've never been a subscriber. Him and I have done music together. Him and I have done songs together, and we work trying to enhance his talents. We're not a part of this community. We're only here to do what he asked us to do, and that is continue to grow this channel, and hopefully he can be home soon. If anybody wasn't here yesterday at the live, it was a 4-hour live. It was just breaking down everything that happened, so you can just go back and watch that from the beginning. I think this started about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's been a hell nightmare with just a Karen at the head of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and from that point, it has spiraled on to this where we are now. I mean, as far as I see, Rich is a hero. Okay? As far as I see, Rich is a hero. And I can't see any other way from what I saw so far that will paint him as a villainous person that needs this extreme. That was the whole point of this whole live for her to let you know that things do get extreme.
Yes.
Okay, so she's giving you the examples of of how things have gotten extreme over small situations that did not need that much excessive force. Okay, so that's why she just, it's all necessary and it's all needed if you're a person that wants to deep dive. Rich Long says in his videos, if they came for him today, it could be you tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay, and it very well can be. I was talking about yesterday the video when on Night and Day Network of Tammy in the store. That's exactly the level of just concern or whatever that Rich had. And you see how they try to play you crazy, and that's what they do. They play gang up, and they try to play you like you're
it's a
it's a pacifying, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
It's schoolyard bullying.
Mm-hmm.
They are bullies, and
yes.
when you don't do what they want you to do, they take your lunch money, and if you don't have your lunch money, then they beat you up.
Oh yes.
Okay.
And that's why the world is the way it is. Because look at the adults and how they're acting, and then you wonder why the kids are acting just as silly. The kids actually have more sense, I think, than the adults at this point in time.
Quite often. Quite often.
We expect so much from children that we don't amplify ourselves. We teach them to be tolerant. We teach them to, just
to be mindful,
to
be respectful,
considerate,
and then, but yet we ourselves are lacking.
And then we wonder why
these qualities.
It's all falling apart because it's the blindly the blind. These kids don't have anything to look forward to when they can't even get a chance to flourish and grow the way they need to. I was saying it's just, how do we expect kids to handle things? You understand what I'm saying? And you see how the adults handled it. Okay? When somebody that they don't like or agree with, they swarm up, team up, plot. It's just, I mean, and for what? For what? And for
is that what Rich meant by, well, you probably, I don't know if you know, but he mentioned gang stalking a lot.
Oh yeah. I mean,
stalking.
That's his terminology for it, but that's the same thing. That's what they do. That's what they do. They just it's they had a concerted effort to try to take down one person who was literally just living their own blessed life and just wanted to be left alone by these people, and they just would not stop. It was total harassment. We're reaching out. Thank you to Trans Life on Instagram for reaching back out to us and thanking us for sharing Rich's story. Like I said, our team is on the case as far as his PR and his marketing. We're doing what we're supposed to do as his management. Okay? We're doing exactly what we're supposed to do as his management. Okay? So, and that is getting his story out there and making sure that this injustice does not go unnoticed or unchecked. And I'm just going to end it off because we have a few minutes left. We're not going to go over an hour and a half. Please, family, continue to donate. We have many ways to donate. You can donate Cash App Mad Pop, PayPal, link at the bottom, GoFundMe. We also have where you can mail in any letters or donations to the mail address below. Please, if you have it to give, like I said, Rich Long, he has a child, okay? That's, I don't even want to get into it, but preteen child, you know what I'm saying? That it's just a lot. It's a lot.
That is missing him.
Yes, yes, yes. And I don't even like saying things on here for a child to even stumble on and maybe see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even say too much of what uh, is told for that factor alone of having to hear certain things like that on third party information. So no, I don't say as much as I could, but just only thing I'm saying is pray for him. That is the main thing that we need. But we also need you guys to donate if you have it. Thank you to everyone who has already donated. We truly appreciate it. It has went to helping Rich Long. Like I said, allegedly he's not getting the things that he needs. Hazing has continued allegedly. I mean, it's true, but I have to say allegedly for legal purposes because that's what they told me. So it's just a lot going on. They're trying to keep in good spirits, but imagine being locked up when you're 100% innocent and people have orchestrated all types of events to take away your freedom. All because they didn't like you or they didn't like your lifestyle or they didn't like you because you were a black masculine energy.
Or because you decided that you were going to make a come up, but you didn't pay to play.
There you go.
I mean,
it's a lot. It's a lot of angles.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this. We talked about the different angles, and I don't want to go into that because that's conspiracy. That they would call that conspiracy.
They would call it conspiracy.
Okay, so I don't want to be labeled and steer this channel in the direction of a conspiracy, even though Rich Long always talks about different controversial, unpopular opinion on here. So it wouldn't be far-fetched. But since this is dealing with him and it is an open investigation, I do not want to go too far, too deep into conspiracy because that could throw off a lot of things. And then I don't want to play the person of confusion.
Yes.
Okay, now once everything is resolved, we would definitely have a show. Once he's on, we would definitely have a show and going into everything that we think why. Okay, it has went left and let you guys
exercising our First Amendment right.
Yes, with you guys just posing questions, not making any type of, so it won't be conspiracy because it'll be all over, and it's just just
our
guessing.
Opinion.
Yeah, just
our opinion based upon the events that have happened.
Exactly. And but we have very strong opinions about why we think this is happening to him. And it's layers. Okay. So but what we do know is that he has not hurt anybody. He has not shot any weapon or shot anybody or shot a weapon
or committed any crime.
or committed any crimes. But I just wanted to put it into perspective.
Yes.
Because motive is a factor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
That's what they have to prove is a motive. So he's the victim. He's the victim. He has no other motive other than defending himself or standing his ground. He didn't even defend himself. He just stood his ground. And in most people's eyes, he is a hero. And that's what we're going to always paint him as, even though they're trying to paint him as someone who is
a criminal.
Criminal, but more than that,
Yes.
Exactly. And that's what they'll do when you show any type of emotion. Okay? That's what you do. Not with them, just with regular interactions. You could be at a store, you could be at the mall, you could be, and you are upset about something. And some people may take that as their fear for their life now, just because you're upset about, it could be your steak. This steak is why is this steak? I said medium rare, and it's brown all the way through. And then they call the police and say that whatever. Okay, it's happened over and over again. Look at Tammy. They just called the police on her, and she paid for whatever her item was. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep reinnovating that because that's reality. That's reality. And if you live in a world where you just always feel, and thank God that we have these cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness that we have these cameras, because if we did not, they would play us crazy and it would be believable to people who hate us. It would be very easily believable. We have to fight tooth and nail, claw for any type of justice. And we know that. They do not want to paint Rich Long as a hero, which he is. Now, whether the situation was orchestrated or authentic, that's not the point. It is a factor, but it's not the point. The point is Rich Long did not hurt anybody. He just stood his ground from situations that were either authentic or orchestrated, and showed great restraint being trained, military trained. So he knew exactly what he was doing, and show restraint to just has to whoever to get away from the property and his person and his family. Anybody in reality land would call that a hero. Okay? It's only cowards and people who are corrupt and trying to railroad somebody that would have that person in the conditions that they are in now. That is completely unacceptable. Free Rich Long. We're not going to stop saying it. We're not going to stop continuing to grow this channel. And as we grow it, he's the catalyst. He is the base here. So you're going to always hear it until he is free and he's able to come to you himself.
Free Rich Long.
Yes. And I'm gonna let her finish, and then we're gonna wrap up.
Free Rich Long. I am actually finished with presenting or addressing the legal issues, questions presented, and maybe some of the ambiguity surrounding some of the terminology, such as, like what's required for a warrant, what's probable cause, etc. And I would just, and this is my opinion.
And I did hear the answer that she said that she wasn't in the courtroom, and that's why I asked, because I wasn't there either. Nobody from my team was there, because they didn't contact us. They contacted us last time for his last bail hearing, so they didn't contact us beforehand. So I didn't know about it, but so I had to hear it from him as well. So it was a big letdown.
And all of these tactics, and they are tactics. They are designed to, and this is my opinion from my observation, and also based upon what I have assessed regarding what they have done to me, and then also with my my grandmother's situation. Their tactics involve, it's just the id, the ego, and the super ego. And these are all, psychological, mental, just mental warfares that they are engaging in. And, not contacting her regarding a bail hearing when, if you set bail, that someone has to be there to know that bail is being set, and you then have to, go pay it, or,
exactly.
So it's all psychological,
mind games,
all designed to break him.
Yeah, and to stall him out, stall his life out.
Yes.
Like I said, we have a lot of different angles of why this is happening to him. One, which is public, so we can say, is his viewpoint.
Yes.
Okay.
He's very vocal.
Very vocal,
very
and very
vocal.
Opinionated. And like I said, it's nothing that he goes to bed with at night. He says what he says, and then that's how he feels.
He's exercising his First Amendment
right.
Yeah. And as long as he's not out there causing any harm or injury to anyone, then he is at liberty to do that.
Is freedom of speech a crime now? That should be the topic. Is freedom of speech a crime?
It seems, that's right in line with them creating criminals. You have to create criminals because the individuals who you actually want to come after are not criminals. These are individuals who are exercising their rights. They are, they're exercising their rights in accordance with the Constitution, primarily. Okay, and remember, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. Okay, so that even supersedes statutes, codes, any type of ordinances as well, and definitely policy. Because I hear a lot of talk about policies, but policy is not law. Policy is not law, and you have a lot of attorneys and judges and all these, legal minds talk a lot about policy. And it's like, why are you discussing policy? I mean, I understand on the books, every state and commonwealth is a corporation. And so they have policies, for their citizens or, employees. But, in a true law abiding, like a true republic, in a true republic, you have it's the Constitution. And if you don't know any other, that is the law you should know. Read your Constitution so you can know your rights. The Constitution, if there's statutes and codes that are being enacted that are violating your rights, and guess what? They are unconstitutional. They go hand in hand. Any laws that they have created that violate the Constitution is unconstitutional. And that means that those laws need to be pulled off the books.
Yeah, that's right.
What is the information to write him?
Okay, it's right there on. Go in the description box.
You know what? That's a good question. Because he probably would love to hear from you all.
Well, the address, everything's in the
directly.
description box below. The address.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so
everything is in the description box. It says to mail in letters or donations. You send it to that P.O. box. And that's CC Carmouche. Yeah, that's the information to write him. We will send all letters, make sure he gets it. When he was in the first time, by the time he got home, the letter came. So hopefully he's not in there that long to be getting a whole bunch of letters. We hopefully that he'll be out soon. He has done nothing wrong. Your prayers are working. We just need you guys to make sure that you donate, make sure that you continue to support. That's what we need. Thank you for your prayers. It's definitely working. Pray for his mental state. Okay. Pray for his spirits to be high vibrational in a low vibrational place, which is pretty much impossible at times. Now, based on your experience, what is it like where Rich is?
One of the things that I did was I did just a little bit of research to kind of like look up where they held us, because I was unfamiliar with I guess the structure of these the prison system here anywhere. He is being held at what I believe is they call the detention center, and the conditions are inhumane. They are inhumane, horrendous conditions. This particular place is where they actually put individuals who are in need of medical attention or who have some type of mental issues. And so while I was there, because at the time I didn't know that, they actually had us in a mental ward. Like, it was a prison mental ward, and I called it a Byberry. And so you had individuals who were screaming all night and yelling at each other, and just doing just all types of things were happening. And that's the that is the
and even sending him there is a hazing tactic.
Yes.
Okay.
Cruel and unusual, because what they are trying to
he's
do,
passing every I'm not going to say, I don't want to talk too much about what he's doing, but he's not insane, people. Okay, and that's the whole point.
They're trying to
playing games.
Label him. Again, label him. Remember, these are masters of
go
labeling.
Back to Tammy people in the store.
Masters of labeling.
And then put Rich, insert Rich Long there. And why, when they were calling the cops were not going to, I'm glad, hopefully Tammy got out of there before any cops came, because that's what they do. And by them having different mandates and executive orders in their favor, okay, that means it trumps your black behind. And when it comes to them, and comes to the others, and comes to them, you better get your behind out of Dodge. There's other places that we can go, and it's a shame it got to be like that, but nobody has time to be going into just to get some whatever, and to be, customer service is out the window, I see. It's not about us and our, and even valuing our dollar. Don't stop begging people to take your dollar who don't want you there. Okay?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. When are we going to wake up and realize that these people are all living off us? If they come into your neighborhoods, I mean, I don't know particularly what the particulars are, but it sounds like we have a situation where, you have these foreigners who are coming into your neighborhood.
Oh, well, it was a mess. I mean, they
Mhm.
actually, it was, when I say covert action with this entire neighborhood against
Mhm.
Rich, it really was. Asian store owners would come out the store and lean in the car.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it was there. He go back to Rich's video titled about our Asians planning something. Okay. Go back to that video with that Asian guy shot that little boy,
Mhm.
and the little cute little boy, and he came after that little boy with a sledgehammer.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and then he shot him in the arm, and thank God the little boy was okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's getting crazy out here.
Okay.
So that was about a few months ago, and Rich had made a video about that.
Well.
Oh well, I mean this is what he told me yesterday. He's not upset at us. He's not upset at Philly. He's not upset at coming to Philly. He's upset at you guys. He is upset because he showed you that he told you many times that he's going coast to coast to do the most. He did that for you. This is what he's telling me on the phone.
Was traveling.
Yes,
he was traveling.
That's what he's telling
us. This is where he
of what his frustration is with you guys, not with us, with you. Because he did all this for you, as far as going coast to coast.
Yeah, because he
doing
was in California at some point, right?
He was in California,
and like some other places. I did see that in his, and
I've
only known him
since he's been up here. He's been to New Jersey, Atlantic City.
7th.
He's been to New York. He did a comedy show in New York. He went to Atlantic City to the casino. He's done all types of stuff. He's been to all types of things up here. We've been to football games, the Rocky Steps.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to, restaurants, Fat Tuesdays. We've done so much stuff. And that's another reason why, he's like, what is going on? Because he's just living his regular, schmegular life. You know what I'm saying? So this being profiled happens everywhere you go when you're Black. Do you understand? Go back to his videos of when he was coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he got stopped in Texas, right outside of the airport, which caused him to miss his flight. Now imagine you're just going to do your regular life, and these people, just because it's called profiling, and they're supposed to be illegal. It's called profiling. Excuse me if my stomach is growling. But yeah, it's called profiling. So it doesn't matter where you are. The movie Them tells you that. You can't, there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Racism is there to rear its ugly head
at any time.
Whether you're in the city, you're in the country, the suburbs, racism is there to rear its ugly head. So he was in Texas thinking he's coming here to do what we did before racism came again. But that's wherever you go. He could have been in New York and been into a racist situation with the cop. I just read something about Tupac, and I'm about to post that on my Instagram, Mama Bear Queen 215. He was racially profiled and beat up from the police. Yeah, it's a whole story, and I didn't even know about this, but I think it was on they posted it today. I don't know what site it was, but I screenshotted it because I want to go back and repost it. And it actually told in the description, it said and I'm going to post it tonight, within the hour after this live. That way I can get everything set up. I'm going to repost that story about Tupac, because I never even heard about it, where he got profiled. He was actually walking across the street or doing something very just minding his own business, and actually got beat up on his way or whatever he was doing.
I guess he was looking too happy.
Yeah. Yep. And it was something simplistic as jaywalking or something. And in the description it just said have you ever been profiled by the police? And then so it just so happened that story was about Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter where you go. When we see this happening, we need to rally. This is not the time to
be asking
exactly,
the,
because
the
we
why
see that
questions.
we
why
see
did
that
this happen?
we
Blah blah blah.
exactly.
We know
like
that
this is what we do in the black community. That's why we don't get anywhere.
Right.
Why was he in Philly? Why did he have? Why did the girl have a short skirt on? Why?
There has to be a reason for these people to
exactly. It's just that's the way it is.
To
it don't
kill
matter
us,
where you are,
to rob us, to beat us, to take our property. You know,
we're just not in no gang.
They don't need
situation.
a reason.
That would be something that you could say that you can avoid.
Oh, who am I? I am.
Oh well. Okay. Well, I'm
okay.
All right. So I'm Queen Muhammad. I am Rich Long's current interests or whatever, but I'm also his part of a management company called Mad Pop Records, and we've actually been the one helping to produce his music that he has put out. He's put out 5 projects plus multiple Oh, you talking about her?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I was talking like, who are you?
You must have just came in. She introduced herself, and she's been on multiple, lives and everything,
yes.
recordings. She's someone that.
Yes.
Yes. She's someone who Rich met in prison. Okay, and they got let out the same day, right?
Yes.
Got let out the same day.
Yes.
And
they've
been
political prisoner,
and they've been keeping in contact
for 24
ever
hours. And my name is Rashia Lynn Harmon L. And I am going to be starting my own show on this platform.
Yes.
And
starting November 2nd. Election day.
Yes.
Tuesdays at 6 p.m.
That's a very good question. Who are you, lady?
It's going to be her show. It's going to be Burglary or Birthright.
Yes.
Show with her as the host, and that will be premiering November 2nd.
Yes.
And that would be every Tuesdays at 6 p.m. right here on Keeping People Real TV. Yeah, all this was talked about and approved. Oh yeah. I mean, that's what I said. It's not just coming here and because like he was racially profiled in Texas, and the same things that was happening there is happening here. The hazing. And so I have to just feel like people, it's a little bit of homophobia. I believe that racism and homophobia, I believe that. So like I said, for somebody who's always been harassed, targeted, has had his family members be targeted and allegedly killed by police officers, he has a not a good history of trusting police officers for those reasons alone, and felt like, he had to protect himself for those reasons alone. This is crazy. Yes, we believe so. We're living it. And we can't believe it. Okay, I was there when they battle rammed the door. You see the video. It's crazy. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of just bullying, and it's unnecessary bullying, because when they took him, they didn't show any type of warrant, and then they raised his bail. They quadrupled his bail, and then they put him as a flight risk, all this extra stuff. And then at the hearing, they lowered it back down to the original amount. You know what I'm saying? So what type of games is that? He wasn't ever no flight risk. He didn't barely leave the house. It's all types of just underhanded things that we feel allegedly are going on. That's all into this case where it's I feel like they need to just drop it. They need to just drop it and stop going further into the danger zone. This is not, what I'm saying? He is a victim of a hate crime that went that did not get taken seriously. And result of all of that, his life got into a tailspin. Okay? Just because the guy who attacked him went to the police because he was whatever was going to happen between them two, a mano a mano. He was caping for Karen, and then he didn't want to cape anymore. I guess he didn't want to cape anymore, and everybody just whatever. But Rich is the victim. And anything that was set up against him, he came out being the hero. I just want to explain to you how he's the hero. Why I keep saying that. This is what they'll never show you. This is what they have on tape, but they'll never show you. When them people came, when that person came, oh yeah, he took care of me. I was running a certain direction. And I told him to run the other direction. Just so we could split up, and I turn around and he's right behind me. He probably could have ran, but he stayed and covered me, told me to get down, and hovered over me until he heard the sirens. Do you understand? He's a hero. And they'll never show you that. That is not a crazy man that needs to be in the conditions that they have him in right now. Y'all don't understand. He is the hero. Okay?
Rich is a hero.
They'll never show you that.
That's something that they would never say.
Never. And it's the truth. You put a military person, which you knew, into a combat situation more than once. And he showed restraint, and protected his woman. Come on now. Let's stop playing games. And this is the person that he's getting treated like this.
They're trying to break him mentally.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Psychological warfare.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's why I said keep him in prayer, because that's out of our control. These people, these devils, these demons around us, okay, who planned to just harass this person to no end. To no end. We got recordings of, we're just sitting in a car. I keep reiterating. We're living our own life. We're in our own world. These people are just like this. Okay? Nothing going on with their own lives. We don't sit outside. We're very incognito. So anything that, we're not doing anything to bring the property values down. We're just going in and out our house. And we're from, I was born in Virginia. raised in Philly. He's from Texas. These places are city living is a little bit cramped. Sometimes we like to sit in the car. That's still not a crime. No, Karen is Karen and watching and calling the cops. Okay, let's stop trying to blame Rich. That's the problem. Y'all sound like y'all just like them. We're telling you what happened. Someone lied on him.
Yeah,
He has every right to be upset and agitated.
Absolutely.
Okay?
He has lost his freedom.
Someone has called the cops. I'm talking about before this. Of course, now he has every right. But I'm talking about in the situations where they try to play you crazy. You know what I'm saying? He has every right to be upset, overly upset. Some white woman just called the cops on him. He never did anything and lied, made a false police report.
That's right.
Where is the outrage for that person to be arrested? Like I told you, I gave you an example of actually a good Samaritan calling the cops, Latino lady, and wherever that was, where that little black girl was sitting all homely at the Cracker Barrel with the people or whatever restaurant it was. Okay, she called the police to do a wellness check on that little girl, and they arrested her for making a false police report.
Wow.
Okay? Yes.
I'm telling you, what did I call it? Creating criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Creating criminals when we already have enough criminals.
That's actually somebody that's actually being a good Samaritan.
Yep. That's creating not even criminals, labeling good Samaritans, and innocent people, and people who are actually the victims as being the criminals. So everything is backwards.
Yes.
Everything is backwards.
Yes, it is.
The criminals are free to commit their crimes, and while the system is turning a blind eye to that, they have their eyes on those individuals who are actually trying to do good.
Indigenous chosen. Hello, everyone. Hi to you, Queen. Hopefully, I don't know. That could be a androgynous type of name. Well, hi. Yes, we're trying to make sense of this. We're going to be on, and it was a lot of questions the other day, and she just came to just give some legal insight. Not here to give any legal advice at all, in no capacity, in no way. She's just here to give legal insight because she is educated in that, and that's it.
That's it.
I was confused on him being
in prison. Which the other day you said he was in jail.
So did they skip the trial since? No, he went right to prison, right? Yes. No,
at the beginning we started with the corruption of the system and how, yes,
he's been in prison the whole time. He didn't go to no jail. He's been in prison the entire time.
I don't know the proper terminology because I know when I was in there,
they
were saying that where we were was not prison. Prison is somewhere else. It's not jail, but we were at a detention center. Now, if you look up the Philadelphia prison system, you'll see exactly where he is. It's called, I think it's called the detention center. And it's where they detain you. But, as far as why, the conditions were horrendous. Like I said, they have rats and mice and snakes and flying cockroaches. I mean, it is just, it is definitely
and for
a
her
violation.
To get through it, she had to pray constantly.
Oh yeah, I was constantly in prayer, But at the same time, I also was not, I was there for
about
24 hours.
Okay, Queen. All right, I'm glad you said it.
Yeah. So so they are, yes. This is
wow, Maya.
The corruption.
This is crazy. I'm telling you, it is.
These
and we're living it.
Yes, we are. This is, Real People TV.
Yes,
and, we may not be as lively as Rich, but, these are circumstances and events that are truly happening.
Yes.
Truly happening. Like,
and he needs your help, people. He needs your help.
He needs your help. We need your help so that we can get him out his, you know, he you know, the questions regarding, you know, the legal side of things, all that stuff is happening. If you have questions regarding why certain processes have been skipped, that's because they don't follow the process here. This is why we are on today.
It does sound upside down, doesn't it?
It's completely
it does sound
upside
down that Meek Mill would have to go back to jail for as long as he did for popping a wheelie. It does sound upside down that you know, he would have to go through this and have to go through that.
What do y'all ask?
Everything is in the description box. How to help is in the description box.
Yes. And also, you know, because we were saying that someone had shared that, you know, people are saying, you know, free Rich. Like, we need,
that's what
you know,
it's
he
all
needs
in there.
viewers.
Pray, comment, share, like, all that, all those things that get this, because we want to get this story out here. This is a complete injustice, and this is your boy Rich. He gives so much to you guys, and like he said, he was going coast to coast doing the most. He was trying to get stuff together, and you know, was nonprofit, keeping people warm. He was out there in the streets. But you know, he has a very sometimes it's an unpopular opinion. But again, that should not be something that somebody's made to feel like they are the way they have him right now. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's completely extreme.
Yes.
Okay. Considering that he is a hero. They would never show that of him, and they try to strip him of his complete dignity, and we're not going to allow it. Do you understand? We're not going to allow it, because that was completely a buck-breaking move. Okay? Because my thing is, if somebody was writing him the night before, then how did he become a fugitive the next less than
24 hours?
Yeah, later. Come on now, no.
Detective sends email.
Exactly.
The next morning, door is getting
government
kicked
website.
in.
I don't even know if that's approved. You know what I'm saying? But everybody just
allegedly. Because, like you said, we don't know who the players are.
Exactly.
If they are even.
We have a lot of we have multiple, you know, things we think is in play. Okay, of why they are keeping him in extreme conditions as they are.
Inhumane conditions. They are inhumane conditions, which is a violation of the Geneva Convention. Okay.
You know, and he's very vocal. He stands up for his people, and he would like his people to stand up for him. That is it. That is what he needs right now. That's what he needs.
So however you can show your support.
Yes.
Whatever it is at your discretion. But he is looking to all of you to assist him in this situation so that he can get back to work for you.
Yes. Again, this is what he does for you guys. So he's just like, that's, his spirits is low. And you don't understand. To hear that it was all this just questions after question after question, and not the support that he thought that he was going to get. It's just like, Dad, this is not the time for that. This is not the time. I'm telling them that this is not the time, because he needs a lot of things as far as from his supporters.
Right. It's the urgency.
And because of the conditions. People are thinking like, oh yeah, he's in jail. No, he's, like I said, he's been to jail before. This is not that. Okay. Right. She's here to be a witness because she was there.
I don't know that place. Okay. That place needs to be shut down. And no human should be where they had us. And I was there for what, 24 hours? He's been there. They've been holding him. Okay.
Every time we're on the phone, unlawfully, it's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Okay.
And they know
a lot of stuff.
They should not be holding people there. They know it.
Okay.
The things that they have done to him. You know, It's inhumane. It is inhumane.
We just want to get eyes on this story. So this is important.
Right.
Because if we don't talk about the people that we care about, the people that we value, nobody will.
That's right. They will disappear them.
Mm-hmm,
they will disappear, and you know that they disappear people.
We are not his family, and we are not his followers or his subscribers. We are people who know him on a personal level, and even for a short period of time, Rich touched her life enough for her to be here 1:30 in the morning. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if he touched your life and you want like him to get back to
doing what he was doing,
which was entertaining you, then let's get him out.
That's right.
That's it.
And it's the right thing to do, because I know, in so many other cases, you do have individuals who have committed a crime, but there's no crime committed here unless it's a crime for you to just be Black or Indigenous, or to be different, but here, like I said, the city of Philadelphia definitely needs it needs a cleansing. It needs a cleansing.
A hate crime went unreported.
Was committed against Rich.
It
went unreported.
Yep. After Rich tried to let them know, and they mocked and laughed. Okay.
Oh, always the mockery and the laughter.
And I'm going to send you, among other people, the audio of that so you can hear that. Okay.
But again, what is it that you can do? You can share this story, get the word out. You can show your support for Rich regarding, and however it is that you can show your support. Everybody's situation
and we
is
can't
different.
put it on here because of just recording laws in the state of Pennsylvania. But to heck with things when people are not playing fair with you. You people need to know what's really going on and how Rich tried to do things all the right way in every which way in this situation and got railroaded. Laughed at, mocked. They did not take a hate crime seriously. And look where we are. People are playing games. How disheartening is that? Knowing that how you serve this country. And people can't even take you seriously because they done already made all these background deals with somebody else that was the actual attacker. So that's the heaviness that's on Rich's heart right now. In 23, allegedly, damn near 23-hour solitary confinement. Okay? So that's what we're dealing with right now. Extra extreme hazing based off a lie and a hate crime. The two instances that got the police into Rich's life was a lie and a hate crime. Someone lied on Rich, which was that Karen. Yes, we'll sit in the car. The guy who was talking to Karen, I told you it was the Asian store owner. Rich and I just sit in the car. This is him leaning into the car, just leaning in, and we looking over. And it was so, I didn't know what to do. It was so ignorant and it was so heinous. Just stood there and bent down into our car. And I'm looking and we're minding our own Black business.
But what?
We look across the street. Let me finish this. The other Asian store owner is like this with a camera. Like this. At the door. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'm not exaggerating when I say, Tammy, get the hell out of Dodge, because these people have lost their fucking mind, because soon as they got the little whatever, that was I feel like it was already manufactured events, because lo and behold, a bill stopped the crime. The first time in history, the actual passing of a bill stopped the actual action of the crime actually to be. So anyway, we're not going to even go over that. That's another subject for another day. The point is, a lot of them are very hostile. Okay, and he even said that in that video, not tolerant at all. So maybe we need to have some across the aisle conversations. Nobody never, it's not about that. It's not about any type of resolution. It's all about targeting your black behind. That is it. You are public enemy number one, when you go into these establishments and interact with people who don't give a crap about you.
There's a lot of truth to what you have said, and by listening to you, especially as you are
all that is on camera too.
And
see, my thing is, all of the hazing, all of the bullying, all of the harassment, that never gets shown. But they'll just skew things together just to throw Rich underneath the bus. No, play a whole week unstopped, and then you will see non-stop. You know what I'm saying? So Rich, if you wanted to ask why he stayed or why he came or whatever, because he always lived his life in a situation by being a trans male, being someone who was not trying to live out loud and just living subdued, but people still find out about it. Okay, didn't he tell you in that video he has the most frustrations when he goes to find work, okay, and jobs and things like that, and people see his ID? Don't you? How many times do you use your ID? Millions of times. So when he gets to places and new towns, it's no matter where he go, people are going to be whispering. Okay, do you understand? They may not say it in front of your face because they don't know how to address it. They don't know how to approach it. But don't you think people know? So if somebody asks, oh, well, how do people know that he was transgender? He says it. He has not changed his ID yet. So he has to go. I mean, if he ever gets stopped, they know, they see his ID right then and there. You understand what I'm saying? So by him allegedly being hazed and told, stop trying to be something that you're not, that's how they truly feel inside. And a lot of times, we truly feel that way as well. But that's not for us to do. That's not how us at the Black community do. We handle our own, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yes, whatever. Yeah, exactly. We'll handle our own and we'll reprimand when we get over here, okay? We're not going to reprimand in public with you, okay? That's not what we're going to do. Okay, yes, we know, we could have went 1,000 different ways to not end up here. Rich could have not did this, not did that. That's not how we do in the public forum, okay? We stand united and we stand in solidarity with Rich. He's the hero. We let you know the facts. We let you know everything that happened. We let you know they're trying to railroad him. We let you know that they lied on him. We let you know that they made false police reports on him. They let you know that they put their hands on him. And just because that guy that put his hands on him went to the police and tried to act like Rich was the aggressor. Yeah, but guess what? They know that's not the truth because they had the tapes on that as well. They're just holding up and stalling Rich's life. And if they really would have investigated and did their job before they went like a vigilante team to create whatever type of warrant off of some he say, she say, if they actually did their job and did the tapes beforehand and actually did a proper investigation, instead of just targeting somebody, let's be real. Let's talk real. You know what I'm saying? If they actually would have did a proper investigation, they would have known that this person was the actual perp that was coming to you, that was coming to you playing a game. And they knew that it was, you know how you're at a job and you're at somewhere and you know everybody's targeting one person. So you know you're going to be, you can be wrong, but I'll be right over here because everybody else is targeting that person. So I'm just going to pile on and because I know that nobody's going to question. That's all well good for fine for Miss Ann and Karen and Miss Becky and Mr. Charlie. That's all good for that. We should not be doing that. And we should not be involved in that, is what the issue is. This all integrated is all, but us being involved in that when we know that they would not be involved with us in doing that to their own, okay, is why we lose on all aspects for 400 years. How about that? You know what I'm saying? That's why, because we don't have any type of we're not on code. We're completely off code, completely to the point of no repair. You just have to just get with your nation members, get with your family. And I'm not trying to hear to reprimand you guys. I'm giving, you know how Rich would give it to you, and that's how I gotta hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving it to you so you know where he stands in his mental and how he feels about this situation, and being completely like he feels like it's too late. You know what I'm saying? You guys could have supported him. I'm just giving you, this ain't my opinion. Don't you know, because I try to keep him in good spirits, and I let him know that everybody you know is really rooting for him. He's getting all positive, you know, just positiveness and prayers, even despite people finding out that he is a transgender male. He has gotten so much love and support from people. I mean, he is not even, you know, we have access to his social media. The notifications are going up. He gets more followers daily than you know I do, and I'm actively here. But he's the talent, so that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, because that's what he's out there. He's up in the front. I'm pretty much, you know, executive, but that's good. That means that what we're doing in the background is working. That's the whole point of having a good team behind you and having good support behind you. You can really flourish. Now, by Rich having such horrible support for almost his entire life, according to him, okay, sometimes it's good it's hard to see the real from the fake, okay? So that's what people have to learn, and those are the growing pains that he had to go through to learn, because of having so many fraudulent people in his life, as he felt, okay, having so many fraudulent people in his life, people that he looked up to, people that he admired, that no, because of this COVID stuff, and I don't want to talk too much about it, but yeah, they're not really allowing um um indigenous chosen have you visit him. No, they're not really allowing anybody in to visit people now. And I mean, they have a video visitation, so we're gonna try to do that. But we was hoping that he would be out. Now, what was you saying that about what should have happened, or what should happen when someone gets that judgment or whatever about house arrest?
What specifically? Because
You were
it
saying
depends.
that he should have been out. you were saying.
Well, it depends upon, like I was saying before, it depends upon what happened at the Bell.
Yeah,
hearing.
and then yeah,
okay, because I don't have any documentation in
and
front
now
of me.
he's still upset with that lawyer because he feel misled because when she told, because like I said, I wasn't there and nobody from my team wasn't there, so that was I don't know why that was, because with his first hearing they contacted us the night before, so somebody was there to support him. So when I finally heard from him, I'm getting third party information. And then the lawyer called later on that evening and was like, yeah, it's going to be a process to get all this together. So I'm like, he's not getting home today, not coming home today. And she said no. And then that was on Monday. This is Monday. So that's why I came live either Monday or Tuesday, yesterday. I think I came live yesterday just to give you updates because it was a mighty blow. I was hoping that he would be home at that time, by Monday evening. That's when we were already setting up. He should be out.
Yeah,
so
house arrest. It is a process. It's like whatever they do with the system, and you see how slow they are with releasing you.
Exactly.
They take all day to release you.
Yes.
They can release you at 9 o'clock in the morning and you won't get out until 7 o'clock at night. You know, so you're free, but yet they still have you behind bars.
So, I like I said, I just we thought it was going to be something, but I don't know the process. I've never been through this process, and even has he. So I thought there was going to be something that was going to be, since she told him, he thought, not I thought, because I wasn't there, and I didn't talk to any attorney of his, but yeah, from hearing from him, he thought that what she was saying, that he was going to immediately be released. So now he's just upset at her. He's just upset at everybody, and only thing that we have to do, I have to do, is just allow him to be upset. You know what I'm saying? That's it, because you have to understand, he's 100% innocent. He's 100% innocent, and it's has been set up, and it's not hard to prove. So, like she said, you're creating criminals. They're creating criminals,
and the jails are full. That's the other reason. I'm sorry to interject, but that's the other reason why they're actually, this detention center is actually not supposed to be. They were supposed to shut this detention center down, but I guess after they shut it down, they opened it back up, and there's actually men. It's like men being held there, and they have opened up, I guess, like a wing or a cell block to put females in, because the female facility was actually crowded, and they didn't have any extra beds. So this is there's no need to create criminals when your prisons, your jails, whatever, your detention centers, whatever you want to call them, are full to capacity. But see, this is what is happening. These are the people that the people, the citizens of Philadelphia who have elected. This, and that's what it all goes back to.
That's a factor that we talked about.
This is who they put in power and authority, and it's like nobody cares until it actually happens directly to them or to somebody who they love. And like, if it's not somebody who they love or somebody they know or care about, then they don't care.
You can go to my Instagram, Mama Bear Queen 215, and you'll see that this is nothing new for myself or Rich. You can go to his page at Keeping People Real TV and go back and see we've been in this fight. Okay? So it's not new. It's not, oh, now Rich is in trouble, so now we're going to be off of the cause. No, we've been putting our money where our mouth is. We're out there. So we took the risk. Nobody can say that they have taken the risk like we've taken the risk, because we see where that the results of that. They have went to great lengths to silence his voice. They went to great lengths to snatch his freedom away. But like I told him, and I'm going to end here. Thank you everybody for coming by. Like I told him, you haven't hurt anybody, you haven't shot anybody, and you haven't killed anybody. They cannot hold you forever. This is all a game. You are innocent. You ain't did anything. And I'm going to reiterate this so anybody would know who his character is. And if they ever showed you that, because that was a moment. Okay? That was a moment that him and I shared. Okay? When the people was coming, he could have ran and went another way and probably would have never got caught. And I told him, like I said, I always try to give him the best advice. I told him, go that way, run. I turn around, he is right behind me. He is right behind me. And then, he guided me down to the ground and hovered over me. And then as soon as we hear the police, we come out from where we're at, thinking that, and they arrest Rich. Yes, and you saw what happened from that point on. Okay, people come up to us in our car, and we're running. Okay, and he could have run like the wind, bullseye, but he was so worried about his family, because my son was at the door and I was running one way. My son was at the door, so he's in the middle trying to tell my son, get back in the house, and then he runs to follow me, and I told him to run the other way. He's done the right thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. He always gets the short end of the fucking stick all the time. And he's tired of it. He's an upstanding person, and nobody can see past that because he's a transgender, and that's so fucked up. That's so fucked up, They would never, ever, ever be able to take away that moment. He is a hero, and I'm never going to look at him in no other way. Nobody I've ever known will be able to put their life on the line for me. And I appreciate that. You people don't understand. They'll never show you that. They don't want him to be the Kevin Costner, which he was. It was right out of the scene of a movie. Excuse me, my stomach. I'm just nervous. I'm upset. I haven't eaten anything. Just had a little salad, but by me not eating this whole time, since he's been gone. Even that upset my stomach. Yeah. So it's just, and thank you for Rebecca for
Absolutely.
providing dinner. Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. It's so much of a help to have people like Rashia here, because she's come by, she's checked on us every day, even when Rich was out, checking on him every day, sending prayers, sending Bible verses, Bible quotes, Psalms, just constantly being a support. Yes, Indigenous Chosen. Yes, good night. You got to go to work. Yes, y'all stay positive. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping by. Yes, keep Rich in your prayers. And yes, we hopefully we'll have some good news. We don't always want to come to you with sad news, but this is where we're at. Thank you. Good night, Indigenous Chosen. Thank you so much. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. It's been about 2.5 hours, but I just want you guys in. I know it is a lot of his family watching. I know it's a lot of his, but you guys have to get out that mindset of blaming the victim all the time because he wasn't perfect in certain this and that. I'm letting you know. There's nothing that anybody can say or tell me when I know what he did, which was protect his family. What the freak? The fuck? I mean, excuse me. Like, he is a hero. You put a fucking military person in combat situations. That should be against the law in itself. Allegedly. Okay? And he showed much restraint and did what he's supposed to do as a soldier of his castle and of his household. He did what he's supposed to do. And this is the person that they have in the worst conditions in solitary confinement. It ain't nothing but the devil. It ain't nothing but evil. And it's the head of a Karen and a bunch of coons around here. Buck broken coons that sat up there and just antagonize some person to the damn near breaking point. And that's sad. These people will not be blessed. This whole neighborhood will probably be in ruins in the next 5 years because they have already opened up something that is just heinous. All to gang up on somebody just for your comforts, to harass somebody just for your comforts and not actually because of you're fearing for your life. These people are, and then you wonder why is all these school shootings and the adults, it's no adults. The adults act worse than the kids. So who's the example? Like I said, I'm just giving you guys the real, and we're going to wrap it up. I don't want to get too emotional. Thank you for everybody who continue to pray. Thank you for everybody who continues to give. I'm Queen Muhammad, aka the godmother of futuristic soul, CEO and founder of Mad Pop Records, and the host of the Godmother podcast. Excuse my stomach. I'm sorry. I told you I haven't eaten, so I don't know if you can hear that. My stomach is just grumbling, so I need to get something to eat. But just not introduce, but just let everybody know who. Yeah, everybody know who you are.
Everyone. I am Rashia Lynn Harmon L. Also referred to by the colonial operatives as Rebecca. That is the title that they have placed upon me. And I am going to, my first show on this platform is going to be airing, and I am the host of Burglary or Birthright. Okay.
And that'll be coming November 2nd, and it'll be airing Her show will be airing every Tuesdays at 6 p.m. starting on November 2nd, right here on Keeping People Real TV. If you would like to have your own show, let us know. Give us, we will have advertisement for that later. It'll be right here on Keeping People Real TV. We only looking for people who could keep it real. No more lukewarm soldiers. We're looking for people who want to have a platform and have your platform professionally produced and have a time slot on this network. Please give us, or you mean you can contact us for that. We will have advertisements for that later on. But this is not the time. We just wanted to just come to you live and just let you know what was going on with Rich. We don't have the bells and whistles. Rebecca was asking about streaming things, and we'll get to that. But at the time, you know, like I said, this was my first time even ever going live. I never even go live on my own channel, which is Mad Pop. You can go over to that channel on here. And you can go to visit us at Mad Pop Worldwide and Mad Pop Records on Instagram and Twitter. But I never even go live on my own channel. So it's not nothing that I spent a lot of time with. I've always done edited shows. So my shows are very edited. If you go to Mad Pop show channel on here and go back, it's just like this. It's me giving my tough love and what's going on at Mad Pop. But my show on there was very edited. And I was looking for another host to do it because I never planned on being someone that was ever going to be in front of the camera. So I had someone that was coming to do it and they did not, it fell through. So I had to continue to do it. And by me just adding my personality to it, I just added a whole lot of heavy edited stuff. Like the shows are very heavy edited with memes and gifs and funny stuff. So you're going to always be laughing or, they get better and better with time. But that's what I'm used to. Producing, editing in the background and stuff like that. That's my expertise. Because I can add all that stuff in. Now, how to do it live, I would need a lot of, Rich has been guiding us through a lot of this stuff because he goes live and a lot, but so it will get better. It will get better, okay? we just have to just take it and just do what we can at this point in time, just to make it through and just get you the information. We'll try as much as we can, but pray for Rich. Pray for Rich. We'll be coming to you very often, letting you know what's going on. Just keep him in prayer. And you want to close us out with a prayer?
Yes, absolutely. As always, we have to give thanks to the Most High. Abba Yah. Abba Yah, we come together, or we came together, and now in closing, we thank you for being present and lending us your ear to hear once again about the trials and tribulations that our family, Rich Long, is encountering. And not just Rich, but all of us, the issues, the trials and tribulations that I myself am going through, and everyone who is a part of this prayer. And we ask, always that, that you have mercy upon us and that you guide and you protect and you instruct us so that we will be victorious, because we understand that in everything that happens, it happens at your will, because you are the orchestrator of everything. Nothing happens without your will, regardless of who is carrying out your will, regardless of who is carrying out your will. And I say that again because a lot of times when things are happening, the first thing people want to do is they want to go to the devil. okay, or the demons, and give them the power. But they have no power. They have no power over you, and it is you who they must first get permission from. So when things are happening, we just ask that, you know, that you give us the strength, and you give us the courage, and you give us, you know, you give us the ability to endure whatever it is that you are willing for us to go through. Because we know that as long as we stay true with, you know, to you and to ourselves, and we maintain a good heart, because you are the individual who looks at the heart of individuals, and that's what everything is about. So a lot of times the trials and tribulations that we are going through, it is to test us. It is to test our hearts. It is to test our commitment to you, and, you know, to whatever it is that we say that we stand for. So Abba Yah, you know, we come before you, and we just thank you for the mercies, for all of the mercy, and for the ability for us to even be able to speak and have a voice. And so with that, Abba Yah, you know, we say thank you, and Amen.
Yes.
Amen, amen, amen. Hallelujah.
Yes, yes. Amen, amen, amen. I'm going to end there. We're a little bit over 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by, and keeping Rich in your prayers.
Yes.
We want to get him home, but you know, justice is not swift. Even though they say it's swift, it's not swift. So even when you're 100% innocent, when you're Black, it's still going to be an uphill battle. So it's not going to be nothing that's fast. That's why we're going to continue to grow what he built, which is Keeping People Real TV. Okay? That is our mission, and that's what we're going to do. Okay? But until then, if you would like to assist in him getting home, or assist in his needs and his legal fees and everything, we appreciate it. Go to the description box. If you would like to send him a letter, everything's in the description box. And every post that we have posted about this story, we have ways to help. Okay? Thank you so much. Like he says, no more lukewarm soldiers.
That's right.
Okay?
Peace.
Peace.